believe in places on Earth that science cannot explain? A sea where hundreds of ships and planes have disappeared without a trace, where compasses spin aimlessly and storms appear as if controlled by an invisible force. Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle, a mysterious area in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, known as the Graveyard of Dreams. Here, strange stories have been passed down from generation to generation. A fleet of training aircraft disappeared in the blink of an eye. Distress signals rang out in the void and then disappeared. And some people even believe that this is a gate leading to another dimension. What is really going on in this place? Natural phenomena or a supernatural force at play? Get ready, because in today's video, we will step into this dangerous and mysterious sea to discover the truths behind the Bermuda Triangle, a mystery that has challenged the human mind for a long time. Centuries. Are you ready? Let's start the journey of discovery. The Bermuda Triangle is a large area located in the waters between Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. Over the past centuries, dozens, even hundreds of ships and planes of all kinds have mysteriously disappeared while passing through the sea. What's more remarkable, even the largest ships or aircraft of the Air Force disappeared without leaving a trace. The mysteries of those disappearances still cannot be completely explained to this day. Many theories have been put forward to explain this strange phenomenon, including the existence of an unusual magnetic field, time holes, or poisonous waves that can sink ships. Many people even believe that these mysterious incidents are due to the intervention of aliens. But among countless other places that also record disappearances, why does the Bermuda Triangle receive such special attention? The mystery of this area was first noted by Christopher Columbus. According to the voyage diary, on October 8, 1492, while approaching Bermuda waters, Columbus noticed that his compass was not working properly. Although Columbus and his crew eventually returned safely to Spain, the story of the anomaly in Bermuda began to be passed down by word of mouth and embellished for many generations. Since 1950, an AP article has published a list of mysterious disappearances in this area, including 5 U.S. bombers that disappeared in 1945 and 2 commercial airliners that went missing in crashes in 1948 and 1949. In total, more than 130 people disappeared without a trace. This number keeps increasing over time, creating a lasting obsession. The mysterious content of the Bermuda Triangle peaked in the 1970s, when the book The Bermuda Triangle by Charles Berlitz is published. The book fully records the mysterious disappearances here, accompanied by a series of scientific and mystical hypotheses to explain. There are many disappearances in Bermuda, from big to small, but within the time limit, we cannot tell them all. So, this video will focus on one of the most famous and mysterious events, the disappearance of Squadron 19. This is a special story, making people believe even more that the Bermuda Triangle really contains secrets that science still cannot explain. Charles Taylor is an experienced captain, a veteran of many years of combat, so his strong mentality is unquestionable, especially during a simple training mission. The plane group began to take off, heading east. In clear weather conditions, everything went smoothly. However, the situation changed after about 2 hours of flight. When the group was a considerable distance away from the base, the captain suddenly reported an unexpected incident. The compass on the plane stopped working. Immediately, the backup compass was used, but strangely, it also encountered the same situation. With both compasses broken, the captain could not determine the location or flight path. He asked the pilots and the team, but the answers were not positive. Taylor contacted the command center at Lauderdale and said, "I don't know where we are. Maybe we got lost after the last turn. Right now, we're flying on a heading of 30 degrees for 45 minutes, and then we'll turn north to avoid the Gulf of Mexico." Half an hour later, air traffic control recorded that Taylor believed his squadron had strayed hundreds of miles off the Atlantic coast, because he saw the Bahamas below. According to standard U.S. Navy instructions, if a pilot is lost in the waters of Florida, just fly toward the setting sun to reach land. However, Taylor believed that his squadron might have strayed into Mexican waters, so he ordered the flight to the northeast. Another pilot, Forrest Spare, of aircraft number FT-81, asked Taylor, "Commander, are you mistaken? Why did you fly to the northeast?" Finally, the pilots convinced Taylor to turn west. But by the end of the day, Taylor changed his mind and, assuming they were still in Florida Bay, ordered the team to change course to the east. Some pilots disagreed, and even argued, but they still had to obey orders. The officer at Lauderdale Air Traffic Station recalled that, not long after, the squadron's radio signal weakened. The last words he heard from Taylor were, "Fuel is running out. We must prepare to land in the ocean." And that's all that's left about the 19th Squadron of the United States Air Force. What happened to them? No one knows. What did the squadron really encounter? No one knows. But one thing is certain, this is not the end. Information about the disappearance of 5 aircraft was quickly reported by air traffic control to the Florida Navy Command Center. A search and rescue operation was launched immediately. A Catalina seaplane, with 13 rescue members, was dispatched to search for the missing squadron. But things got worse when just 20 minutes after takeoff, the rescue seaplane also disappeared from the radar screen. No help signal was sent, all communication efforts were in vain. And so, the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle becomes deeper and deeper. The tanker RS Geyer Mills, while passing through this sea, reported seeing a large halo of fire accompanied by an explosion in the air. After that, there were many oil slicks on the sea surface. Although this information is quite vague, it is not unfounded. The Navy determined that the Catalina, with its fuel tank located on the wing near the engine, may have exploded. In the past, there have been cases where aircraft caught fire due to too high engine temperature during operation. Early the next morning, the search mission for Squadron Number 19 and the Catalina was launched. This is a large campaign with more than 300 ships and aircraft, covering an area of more than 500,000 square kilometers, lasting more than 5 days. However, the result is just 0. A member of the search team shared, "They have completely disappeared. Even the information from the sailors on the tanker about the explosion they saw has no real evidence. We have not found any bodies, any debris, or even an oil slick. There were many suspicious objects on the seabed, but nothing belonged to fighter jets or the Catalina. They seemed to disappear into thin air." Questions about this mysterious disappearance remain unanswered. Some theories suggest that aliens abducted the squadron. At that time, anything strange and unexplained was easily attributed to supernatural forces. Some people believe that some supernatural force caused the pilot to lose consciousness. The strange thing is that until it disappeared, none of the pilots of Squadron 19 used the emergency radio frequency. A newspaper later revealed that, on the afternoon of the incident, Lieutenant Taylor, the squadron leader, arrived at the airport 19 minutes late. He even asked to be excused from flying for personal reasons, telling the commander, "I don't want to fly." However, this request was not approved. After more than 3 months of investigation, the U.S. Navy temporarily concluded that the incident occurred because Captain Taylor flew astray because both compasses on the plane were broken. Taylor mistook the small islands he saw for the Bahamas, and ordered the squadron to fly northeast. This led to arguments among the pilots, as some learned their approximate location and wanted to fly west. Regarding the Catalina, the Navy said it exploded due to technical reasons only 20 minutes after takeoff. The debris fell into the ocean currents flowing north and was swept away, and the body was likely consumed by white sharks, a species common in the waters off the coast of Florida. However, these explanations do not convince public opinion. Stories of a mysterious sea where ships and planes disappear without a trace continue to be woven, adding to the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle immediately attracted public attention, and legends about this area still circulate today. In 1991, a rescue ship named Dipsy discovered a nearly intact plane on the ocean floor, about 10 miles northeast. However, the search commander later admitted that this plane did not belong to Squadron Number 19 because the debris did not match the squadron number. In fact, there are many strange stories about the disappearances of ships and aircraft in the Bermuda Triangle area, and to this day, people still cannot explain why the 19th Squadron and its rescue seaplane mysteriously disappeared without leaving any trace. This sea must have some kind of mysterious ocean power that can swallow all the ships and planes that enter, but that conundrum remains unanswered. After the disappearance of Number 19 Squadron, the Bermuda Triangle area became more famous than ever, with countless articles, movies, video games, magazines, and even songs about Bermuda. As the area received more attention, it was also realized that this was not the first time a large-scale disappearance had occurred in this area. A notable example is the USS Cyclops, a giant transport and refueling ship of the U.S. Navy, capable of carrying more than 12,500 tons of cargo. More than 100 years ago, this ship was considered unsinkable, and was put into operation in 1917 when America entered World War I. In March 1918, the USS Cyclops, with a crew of 306, made the return voyage to Baltimore from Brazil, carrying 11,500 tons of manganese. During that journey, the ship passed through the Bermuda Triangle, but no one knew that this would be its last trip. The ship disappeared without leaving a trace, and it is not even certain when it disappeared. After the incident, the U.S. Navy conducted a massive search campaign to find the ship, but did not receive any rescue signal from the USS Cyclops, making it difficult to determine the ship's location. Becomes very difficult. According to calculations, that day the ship was almost completing the trip back to Baltimore, and it was very likely that it crashed in this sea area. However, all search efforts yielded no results. No trace of the ship or those on board were found in those waters. The disappearance of the USS Cyclops is considered an extremely serious loss for the U.S. Navy. At that time, USS Cyclops was described as a giant floating coal mine, with a cargo tonnage of up to 12,500 tons. Like many other disappearances in the area, many theories have been put forward to explain the disappearance of this warship. One of the theories is that the USS Cyclops encountered a German U-boat submarine and was hit by a torpedo. However, after the end of World War I, German records showed that there were no submarines operating in the waters around Bermuda at the time of the ship's accident, so this theory was abandoned. One of the more intriguing and curious theories about the disappearance of USS Cyclops revolves around the ship's commander, George Gully. This character was born in Germany, possibly born Johann Friedrich Weimann, and changed his surname to George Gully after arriving in America. Many reports show that Gully was a harsh commander, often abusing punishments for sailors. There is a theory that Gully is a high-level spy planted by Germany in the U.S. Navy. Accordingly, the USS Cyclops was actually not missing, but Gully himself helped the German army successfully capture this warship. Of course, there are no specific records of this possibility from either the German or American side. Some others hypothesized that the cargo load was too heavy for the ship's capacity, so it encountered a catastrophic failure and sank into the sea. However, this becomes even more unreasonable because when it went missing, the USS Cyclops had completed its refueling mission, meaning the ship's tonnage was greatly reduced. Even if the cause of the USS Cyclops' disappearance was due to sinking into the sea, there must have been SOS signals from this warship. It was as if some force had made this ship evaporate from the Earth. It has been more than 100 years since that time, but the mystery of the disappearance of the USS Cyclops is still a big unanswered question, becoming an obsession about what force caused the strange things. This is in Bermuda. Do we have any way to explain this scary area? Believers in the Devil's Triangle have used a number of supernatural concepts to explain mysterious events. One explanation is that the remaining technology from the legendary continent of Atlantis has influenced this sea, making it an unusual area on Earth. Others tie mysterious disappearances to UFOs. Charles Berlitz, author of books about supernatural phenomena, offers a number of theories related to supernatural phenomena or unexplained powers. I have a hypothesis that can explain the mystery of this triangle area according to supernatural explanations. We humans are not alone in this vast universe. It's just that our science is not advanced enough to discover other civilizations in outer space. As for other civilizations, they have many centuries more advancement in science and technology than us humans on Earth. Therefore, this triangle may be an area occupied by civilizations in outer space, so they are exploring and exploiting life on our Earth. Once again, I would like to ask, are you guys behind the Bermuda Triangle? As I answered before, you should ask the author of the hypothesis for more detailed information. Stories fabricated by the press, theorists, and even scientists are increasingly adding mystery to the Devil's Triangle. However, to reveal the truth about this Devil's Triangle area is not difficult with the current level of human science and technology. The first is the problem related to the compass, one of the most frequent problems in the events of the Bermuda Triangle. Some people have theorized that this area has an unusual magnetic field, but no one has found it. There is evidence for that harshness, and after being able to study more clearly, the answer has gradually become clear. The compass has a naturally varying magnetic degree, related to the North Pole and the South Pole, something that navigators known for many centuries. In a compass, magnetic north and true north are the same in only a few places in the world. For example, in 2000, within the United States, only places on the route running from Wisconsin to the Gulf of Mexico had the same magnetic and true north directions. However, the public may not have expert knowledge and think that there is some mystery about compass variations over a large area in the Bermuda Triangle. In fact, compass variation is a natural process. Stories about the compass needle spinning as if it thought it was a blender are completely untrue. Regarding the issue of planes and ships not being found after losing contact, it was explained that it was due to the Gulf Stream. The Gulf Stream is one of the major ocean currents, mainly created by the circulation of heat and salts starting in the Gulf of Mexico, then flowing through the Florida Straits and into the North Atlantic Ocean. It is essentially a river in the ocean, and like a river, it can entangle floating objects at its maximum lateral velocity of 2 meters per second. A small plane landing on water, or a boat with engine trouble, could be swept away by the Gulf Stream from the reported location. This may also be the reason why planes or ships in distress are often not found. Where they are swept by the Gulf Stream is really difficult to determine exactly. As for the causes of ship accidents, there are many reasons to explain. One of them is the toxic wave, also known as monster wave or killer wave, usually about 30 m high, but this wave appears suddenly in open water. The problem is that no one knows exactly what causes these toxic waves to appear. In addition, it could also be due to bad weather or human error. In short, today we have much more specific and detailed explanations about Bermuda. If you need any more convincing, I'll take you to meet this person. His name is Carl Krasnicki, a famous Australian scientist. According to The Independent, he recently affirmed that the reason many ships and planes disappeared without a trace in the Bermuda Triangle area had nothing to do with aliens or the remaining technology of the city of Atlantis. Missing. Krasnicki believes that the cause of many missing ships and planes here is simply human error and bad weather. And in fact, in the first place, people forgot that so many planes and ships went into that part of the Atlantic and still came out safely. He repeatedly made the same assertion about the Bermuda Triangle. The scientist first voiced his opinion in 2017, then in 2022, and again in 2023. All the while, he steadfastly stuck to the same idea: statistics does not know how to lie, and the Bermuda Triangle is just a hoax. Up to now, many mysterious disappearances have caused the press to name this sea area. Catchy names like Sea Lake or Devil's Triangle makes people think of strange mysteries, but the Bermuda Triangle is also a special sea. The region's location near the equator and near wealthy parts of the world, such as the United States, creates a lot of maritime traffic each year. Therefore, when comparing the number of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle with the large number of ships and planes passing through this area, we will see nothing unusual. Scientists add that, according to Lloyd's of London Insurance Group and the US Coast Guard, the number of missing people in the Bermuda Triangle is the same as anywhere else in the world when measured by weight. Percentage. Now, we will return to the disappearance of Squadron Number 19. Mr. Krasnicki proved his point by explaining this disappearance in a different way than the mystical hypothesis. First, he asserted that although it was thought that the group of American planes disappeared under ideal flying conditions, the weather at that time was not that good. Not to mention that offshore there are waves from 15 to 30 meters high, which can suddenly appear, which are the toxic waves we mentioned. He added that the only pilot with real experience in the flight was the group leader, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, and so a mistake made by the squadron leader may have played a part in the tragedy. In fact, Taylor has flown without a watch in the past, gotten lost and had to abandon the plane twice before. Mr. Krusnicki also detailed that Taylor ignored the advice of a junior pilot who said they should turn west, but Taylor insisted that the patrol fly east, unintentionally sending them into ocean areas, where aircraft or bodies are difficult to find. As for the seaplane, the explanation given is that it did not disappear without leaving a trace. It was seen to explode, and some witnesses also witnessed the explosion, and there were oil slicks and debris in the aftermath of the disaster. The U.S. Navy has decommissioned all other seaplanes of the same type. However, it still needs more time to see whether famous scientist Krusnicki will succeed in his efforts to close the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. In the past, many people have made such efforts but still did not achieve results. Lloyd's of London had tried to disprove theories about the Bermuda Triangle before the Australian scientist emerged. Since at least 1975, disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle have occurred at the same rate as everywhere else. However, it was a bad year to disprove the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, as Charles Berlitz's book The Bermuda Triangle, published in 1974, sold 20 million copies in 30 languages. By 1977, the Bermuda Triangle again attracted a lot of attention, so much so that director Steven Spielberg mentioned it in the fantasy film Close Encounters of the Third Kind, depicts the crew members of Squadron 19 being abducted by aliens. Seemingly undeterred, Lloyd's of London regularly repeats its claims about the unremarkable nature of the Bermuda Triangle. To substantiate the claim that there are as many disappearances in Bermuda as in other open seas, the group has said that insurance premiums for trips through the Bermuda Triangle are no higher than for other regular ocean voyages. However, this had little effect, as hypotheses quickly exploded, despite many facts proving the contrary. For example, the article The Deadly Bermuda Triangle was published in an American magazine, which sometimes considers itself a magazine of masterpiece novels. Additionally, best-selling author Berlitz's book tied the ghost ship Mary Celeste to the Bermuda Triangle. Although the ship was found abandoned off the coast of the Azores, on the other side of the Atlantic, apparently following the New York-Italy route, it would not have been able to get close to the Bermuda Triangle. New hypotheses appear continuously, including those with much more convincing scientific elements. Some people believe that the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle are due to the strong release of methane gas after a period of being trapped as methane hydrate, due to supercooled water molecules on the seabed. It is thought that such explosions can release huge amounts of gas, causing the sea to foam and appear to boil and sink ships. Because ships can float on them, when asked about this hypothesis, a scientist from the U.S. Geological Survey admitted that a gas hydrate explosion could actually sink a ship in the above way. The only problem, he says, is that the most recent eruption of natural gas hydrates off the coast of eastern South America probably occurred at the end of the Ice Age, about 15,000 years ago or more, while human ship's people are just a few pieces of wood stuck together. As you can see, even scientific explanations show many flaws. People only really argue when a specific and unique cause is given. Recent studies show that the number of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is not significantly different from other sea areas in the world. Statistics from organizations such as Lloyd's of London and the U.S. Coast Guard show that the rate of disappearances in Bermuda is comparable to other maritime areas with heavy maritime traffic, especially the seas passing between countries and major economic regions such as North America and Europe. One of the main factors that makes the Bermuda Triangle a myth in the public's mind is the exaggeration of the media and popular culture. Stories of mysterious disappearances, strange phenomena, and even theories about aliens or supernatural disasters have highlighted the area as more than it actually is. Movies, books, and television shows frequently emphasize mysterious elements, making the Devil's Triangle a symbol of danger and mystery in the public eye. This has led to the formation of an exaggerated image of the region, causing disappearances there to be viewed as unique events, even though in reality they could easily be explained by scientific reasons, learning, or natural environmental factors. Furthermore, the Bermuda Triangle is frequently mentioned in entertainment works, creating a loop where seemingly fabricated stories become evidence of the mystery of the sea. Stories of missing ships, disappeared crews, or even aircraft being found without a trace have been painted attractively, but the reality is that they are not exceptional events. Special or too rare considering the number of ships and planes passing through this area. The combination of unremarkable statistics and the strong influence of the media and popular culture has created a major contradiction. While in reality many disappearances can be explained by scientific or natural causes, mysterious theories continue to spread and become part of the myth of the Bermuda Triangle. Have you ever wondered why the Bermuda Triangle has become one of the biggest mysteries in history, with a series of strange and mysterious stories surrounding it? I remember the first time I heard this name, I felt equally curious. A large area in the Atlantic Ocean, where ships and planes suddenly mysteriously disappeared. But after doing a little research, I realized that not everything about the Bermuda Triangle is as the stories we often hear. And the most interesting thing is, it is the media that has contributed significantly to exaggerating everything, making this place even more mysterious and scary. Think about it, the media always has the power to make things attractive and attract attention, especially when it comes to strange and difficult to explain things. You can easily imagine images of prominent headlines, articles, or movies talking about mysterious disappearances, right? These stories are not always based on truth, but instead, they are embellished to amuse and confuse the reader. The Bermuda Triangle has been exploited to the fullest by newspapers and television programs, and then it has become a symbol of mysterious and unexplained events. I remember clearly, in the 70s and 80s, the media produced a series of articles and programs about mysterious disappearances in Bermuda. And not only newspapers, authors have also started writing fascinating books about this sea, such as The Bermuda Triangle by Charles Berlitz. Did you know? This book has sold more than 20 million copies, and thanks to its thrilling stories of disappearing ships and planes, Bermuda has become a name that many people mention and discuss. People began to think that there was something supernatural going on here, that there might be a mystical force, even an alien one, that was making things disappear. And then, what happens? theories about Bermuda are increasingly exaggerated. Filmmakers also did not miss this opportunity. They brought stories about Bermuda to the big screen with unexpectedly thrilling details. Surely you have seen movies about the Bermuda Triangle, where ships and planes are swallowed by the ocean without leaving a trace. All of these factors create a mysterious picture, full of fear and curiosity, making anyone who hears the name Bermuda wonder, is there really something supernatural? Does nature exist there? The media has cleverly built an image of Bermuda where everything is inexplicable, and thus created a feeling of something very strange surrounding this area. But when we look at the actual statistics, there is nothing special about the number of disappearances here. The truth is, other sea areas around the world have similar rates of disappearances, but no one talks about those seas with the same level of suspicion and mystery as Bermuda. So why does Bermuda become the star in these stories? Is it because the media has blown it out of proportion? I wonder if we, mystery lovers, are looking for strange things to explain the unexplainable? And is the media the decisive factor in making ordinary things supernatural? Surely, without this exaggeration, the Bermuda Triangle would have been just one of many unremarkable seas. But thanks to the media, this place has become a mystical symbol, and perhaps, it will always maintain that position in our hearts. And you, do you believe that the Bermuda Triangle really hides an undiscovered mystery? When it comes to the Bermuda Triangle, the first thing we think of are mysterious stories about ships and planes mysteriously disappearing without a trace. Surely, all of us have heard rumors about this sea, where everything seems to be possible: sudden tsunamis, strange tornadoes, or even the appearance of sea creatures. Supernatural creatures. However, if we look at it objectively and multidimensionally, the story of the Bermuda Triangle will not only be a mystery and myth, but also an intersection between reality and imagination, between science and fiction, science and non-science factors. A multidimensional view requires us to view the Bermuda Triangle not just through a single lens, but through many different angles. In fact, scientific research shows that the number of disappearances in this sea is no higher than any other sea in the world. The causes of disappearance may be due to natural factors such as bad weather, big waves, or technical errors during the journey. These accidents are not really strange, but just part of the common mishaps on busy maritime or air routes. However, the media plays a huge role in creating the image of the Bermuda Triangle. Through films, books, and word of mouth, the Bermuda Triangle has gradually become a symbol of mystery and fear. These stories are embellished, exaggerated, and make this sea area ghostly in the eyes of the public. In fact, the media has contributed significantly to creating the image of a dead land, where anyone who enters can disappear without leaving a trace. However, when we approach the problem from a different angle, we also realize that stories about the Bermuda Triangle reflect cultural and psychological aspects of people. It is the fear and curiosity about unexplained things that create a strange attraction for the sea. It is a cultural phenomenon where mysterious stories and myths can attract public attention, even blurring the distinction between reality and fantasy. The inspirational message from the Bermuda Triangle is a reminder of the combination of curiosity, the courage to face the unknown, and the importance of seeking the truth no matter how difficult it may sometimes be. Can go beyond easy explanations. The first message I want to bring is constant exploration and curiosity. The Bermuda Triangle, with its unsolved mysteries, conveys a strong message that we should never stop searching, exploring, and asking questions. Stories about Bermuda are not only unexplained mysteries but also motivation for us to continue to explore, learn, and search for undiscovered truths. The second message is accept imperfection and uncertainty. The strange things that happen in the Bermuda Triangle may never be clearly explained. This reminds us that this world does not always have easy answers. Acceptance of the unknown and the ability to live with uncertainty is an important lesson in life. Third message on the power of myth and imagination. Although many events in Bermuda can be explained through scientific theories or natural factors, we cannot deny the power of mystical stories and legendary culture. It is these elements of imagination that promote creativity, art, and help us explore the depths of the human soul and mind. And the final message is the ability to face fear. Although the Bermuda Triangle is considered a place filled with danger and risk, each story of disappearance or paranormal activity is also a reminder that we must face our fears. Yourself. The courage to accept that there are not always answers or explanations will help us overcome worries and doubts in life. In short, the inspirational message from the Bermuda Triangle is not only a story about unsolved mysteries, but also a source of motivation that motivates us to live with curiosity, courage, and creativity, and accept the world's imperfections. If you want to learn more about the Bermuda Triangle, there are many interesting and reliable resources you can consult. First, you can start with research books and scientific documents, such as the Bermuda Triangle Mystery solved by author Lawrence David Kusch, who analyzed and provided reasonable explanations for the disappearances here. In addition, documents from scientific organizations, such as the U.S. Geological Survey, also provide detailed studies of natural phenomena that may occur in this area. If you prefer more visual approaches, many documentaries and TV shows, for example the Bermuda Triangle, The Mystery Revealed on the Discovery Channel, will provide insight into both scientific theories and myths. You can also explore websites specializing in mysteries and archaeology, which gather many articles, research, and commentary about mysterious events around this area. From books to online resources, you will find countless resources to better understand the Bermuda Triangle, from scientific perspectives to paranormal stories. Ultimately, the story of the Bermuda Triangle gives us an important message about the power of curiosity and the desire to learn. Unsolved mysteries are not barriers, but opportunities for people to express their intelligence, creativity, and ability to overcome the unknown. Even if the media exaggerates or creates myths, we should not be swept away by mysteries and ignore scientific and rational values. Only when we combine curiosity and alertness can we explore and better understand the world around us. It is from mysterious stories like these that we learn to constantly search for the truth, while appreciating and exploiting all the knowledge we have. So the story of the Bermuda Triangle, with all the mysteries and theories surrounding it, still has no final solution. Even though there are reliable scientific theories or mysterious stories that arouse curiosity, this sea still maintains an unpredictable mystery. Disappearances, difficult to explain phenomena, all have created a legend that every time it is mentioned, it makes us ponder. I believe that there are still many things that have not been discovered, and perhaps these mysteries will continue to be a topic that causes us headaches and debates in the future. Even though there are scientific hypotheses about methane gas, or analyses of changes from electric currents in the ocean, we still cannot explain everything. So, do unexplained supernatural phenomena really exist, or is it all just media exaggeration? And more importantly, if there are mysteries, can we accept them as simply unexplainable, or will we continue to search for answers? The Bermuda waters are still an endless topic for us to learn and explore. It is not just a place on the map, but also a symbol of mystery that humans have yet to fully conquer. And who knows, in the future, it will be you, me, or someone else who can decode this mystery. If you find this story interesting and want to discover more about other mysteries in the world, don't forget to like, share and comment to share your opinion with me. Thank you for taking the time to follow, and I hope we will continue to travel together on our next adventures. Let's expand our horizons and find new stories together. See you in the next videos.